How do we validate our kids' experience of abuse without speaking badly about the other parent? This is a conundrum that all people experience a high conflict divorce or a narcissistically abusive relationship come up against. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through what to do and give you some concrete examples that you can start implementing today so that you can validate your kids' feelings and experiences and create connection with them without bad-mouthing your ex. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Vea, and I'm here to talk about high conflict divorces and recovering from a narcissistically abusive relationships. If you like this content, consider supporting my channel. There's a link down below that lets you do that, or you could just click subscribe. That's free for you to do, and it lets YouTube know that this information is helpful so that it shares it with more people. And for me, that's the whole point. What we're trying to do overall, this overall solution to this conundrum is to increase emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is just the ability to track, understand, and express the emotions that you're experiencing in your body right now. Okay, that's the overall goal. And the way we do that is on a moment-to-moment basis, not only when your kids are talking about something awful that's happened at the other parent's house, but even just like if you notice they're hungry, you could prompt them with like, hey, what's happening in your body right now? And they might go, oh, I feel weird in my stomach. It's like, I wonder what that means. I think I'm hungry. Or like, hey, maybe that means you're hungry. Do you think you might be hungry? We start asking questions that prompts our children to pay attention and bring awareness to their bodies. That's step one. So in relation to an upsetting event or some bad time spent at the other parent's house, this might look like the kids telling you the story about what happened. And you might say things like, wow, what did you notice in your body when that was happening? How did that feel for you when that was happening? Or even, what do you notice in your body when you're telling me about this right now? And just work with this slowly over time. It's not a one and done type of thing at all. It's a way of life. It's a way of existing, and it's a way of interacting. So the more you do this, the more your kids are going to take it in and work with it, and the easier everything's going to flow. The other piece we can bring to this is modeling self-awareness in yourself for your kids. And again, we can do this in relation to terrible events that happen with the ex or with the other parent. And we can also just do it in our regular lives. So it might be something like, I'm feeling really heavy and sluggish in my body. I don't think I got enough sleep last night. I think I'm really tired. Or, whoa, I'm starting to get really tight through my stomach and my chest. All the noise in this grocery store and these big lineups are starting to make me feel anxious. And then in relation to something your child might be telling you about the other parent, you can be honest with your kid in a way that sounds like, wow, when I'm hearing you say this, I actually feel really tight through my chest and my throat. I'm feeling a lot of sadness around this for you. Wow, that sounds like a really difficult situation. I notice in my own body, everything's getting really tight. I'm actually starting to get hot. I'm feeling angry when I listen to what you're telling me. This practice of self-regulation and modeling that for your kids does 4 things at once. So it validates their feelings. It models for them what healthy emotional regulation looks like. You're modeling that it's okay to have these feelings in your body. It's just part of life. We don't need to defend against them or ignore them or push them away. They can just be part of our experience. And it also helps you practice emotional intelligence, which strengthens your emotional intelligence capacity, which will strengthen your kids' emotional intelligence capacity. And then it just snowballs, and now you're going to pick up some real momentum here in terms of feeling safe, even in very difficult, very abusive, challenging situations. The 4th thing it does is it helps you regulate your emotions so that you can be there for your children with a calm body and a calm nervous system so that you can provide support and nurturing when they need it, when they're so upset and when they're hurting. Let's do a breath break. Do breath breaks with your kids. Self-regulation, regulating that nervous system through breath. Yeah! Another thing you can do around this is you can circle back after the fact. So maybe they told you about something that happened a couple days ago, and then now you're sitting around eating dinner. We're not talking about that anymore. Everything's calm. You might just circle back and drop in something like, in the past couple of days, I've been thinking about that incident that happened at the other parent's house. And I just want you to know that when I'm thinking about it, I still have a lot of grief and a lot of sadness come up, or I have a lot of anger come up about that. Or I feel a lot of anxiety because I feel like you got to go back there in a couple days. And I just wanted you to know that that's my experience. So just one little thing around this though. This needs to happen from a place of groundedness and self-awareness and capacity, right? The other way of doing this is actually emotionally abusive, and it might be something that your ex-partner does where you're making the child responsible for your feelings. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like, oh, well, hearing that made me so sad and I just feel so terrible inside, and that implies that your child needs to do something to save you and make you feel better. That's not what I'm talking about. If you're not in a place of groundedness and feeling secure in your own ability to deal with these emotions, don't share them with your kid. But if you practice self-regulation and self-awareness, eventually you will get to a point where feeling big feelings is just a part of your day, and you can share with your kids that you're still having things pop up around what happened last week. And what this does is it lets your kids know that it's okay if they're still feeling feelings around things that happened in the past, because likely they are. And let's remember, trauma isn't created when bad things happen. Trauma is created when we're left alone with these bad things that have happened. So everything in this video today is all geared towards minimizing or eliminating trauma by letting your kids know that you're there with them with these feelings, that it's okay for them to have these feelings. You have your own feelings about it and you can handle them. And together, you can feel your feelings and experience your experiences around this difficult, challenging situation together. And that you're the captain of the ship. You're the one with the power that's going to pull you through, and you're going to show them how, and they're not alone. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, drop me a comment down below and let me know how, or ask me to make a video about something else. I love talking about this stuff. This video actually came from a request I received. And please click like, click subscribe. Let YouTube know this stuff is worth sharing, and please take good care.